How do you know when it's time for yourself or your loved one to go into assisted living? That is the topic today on Lantern Rays TV. Welcome to Lantern Rays TV. We deliver unbiased, unopinionated, fact-based, purposeful information when you need them. My name is Joanna and I am the Missions and Marketing Director for the Lantern of Saybrook. Well, if you've ever cared for a parent or a loved one, you know firsthand how difficult it can be caring for a senior at home. Not only can it be physically exhausting, mentally draining, but can also cause financial hardship for the caregiver. Lost time at work or having to retire early, caregivers lose about 33% of their income caring for that loved one. 40 to 70% experience depression while caring for their loved one, and while exact numbers are unknown, many caregivers have experienced increased use of alcohol, overindulgence in food, shopping, and even drugs, all coping mechanisms for dealing with stress and caregiving. So, how do you know it's time for an assisted living? Here are some signs to help you recognize when it may be the right time to start looking into assisted living. Well, first and foremost, if you're having that kind of stress and you're becoming more and more angry and you're losing your patience more and more, you may be at the end of your rope, and it just may be time for you to give yourself a break, either with respite or to start looking into that assisted living facility. But here are some ideas or things to look for to recognize when there might be the right time for assisted living. And we're going to start with, is your loved one starting to wander, or is their memory starting to fade? Now, wandering can be a big issue. Sometimes it starts off very slowly. They just wander once or twice here or there, but as time goes on, the wandering becomes more frequent, and you could lose them. They can go out the door and they are gone. So when wandering becomes an issue, that's really a telltale sign that it is time to start looking for more help. Have they become aggressive or accusatory, and does it increase more towards the evening hours? That could indicate that they are having some issues with dementia or Alzheimer's and they are sundowning. Has your loved one fallen lately? Now, one fall probably doesn't mean anything. A series of falls could indicate that more care is needed. Does your loved one take longer to recover from illness? They may be experiencing a weakened immune system, or they may not be getting enough physical activity, which is a big problem for seniors, especially seniors living at home. They spend a lot of their time just sitting in front of the TV, not getting that physical activity. To combat that, you may want to try physical therapy. It's a great way to help boost immunity and mobility. Are they having chronic health issues? Assisted living is a great way for people with chronic issues. They offer 24/7 nursing. Help is at a push of a button, and it could let your loved one focus on their health while letting them get the qualified staff care for their health needs. Let's talk about medication. Medications are always a big issue with seniors. A lot of medications change color, shape. It can be really difficult for a senior to dispense their medications correctly. It's very confusing, especially if they have a lot of pills that they need to take on a daily basis. A lot of seniors have financial issues, and they may cut those medications in half, trying to stretch those medications. They figure a little bit is better than nothing. There is help out there for the cost of medications. You really just need to call your community senior center, and they can give you the correct direction to go for something like that. A physician may discontinue a medication only for the senior to forget. They get confused. They're sitting at the office and they don't want to say to the doctor that they don't remember what the doctor said to them, and they're just nodding their head. You understand? Yep, I get it. Go home and they could actually double dose themselves. Assistance with medications is usually one of the first items seniors need help with. So please keep that in mind. Make sure that you're going over to see your senior. Do not take secondhand maybe what the neighbor is saying or the family member is saying. You need to go yourself and take a look at that senior and see how they're doing with those ADLs. What's an ADL? Activities of daily living. That's how they get through their day. Are they able to do everything for themselves during the day, or are they at the point that they need more help? So you need to go over, you actually need to check on your senior and see what they actually need. Don't just assume that they are fine when they say, I don't need any help. You need to go over and take a look for yourself. You need to see, is your senior losing or gaining weight? What does their fridge look like? Is it empty, or is it filled with a bunch of food that is expired? That's something to look for. A lot of times seniors don't feel like cooking anymore. A bowl of cereal, a bowl of soup, and a quick sandwich. So you really need to keep up with that to see if they're getting the nutrients that they need. Is the house that was usually really neat looking a little unkept? Is there maintenance that needs done on the home? Are their clothes looking a little unkept? Are you coming to visit and you're seeing that same outfit again and again and again? That may be an issue. Are they bathing? This could be a fear of falling in the tub. So they might not be in the bathtub bathing as often as they should. And when it comes to the clothes, it may be that they're unable to carry that laundry to the washer, or the washer and dryer is down the basement. Again, it's that fear of falling or the inability to be able to carry that laundry up and down the stairs. Something to think about when you have an older senior. Are their pets well cared for? Now, all of our seniors love our pets. We all love our pets. But you have to make sure that those pets are being taken care of. Is that kitty litter box emptied? Is the dog being taken out? Do they have fresh food and water? A lot of assisted living facilities now allow small pets with a small deposit, so they don't have to leave their pets anymore. They can take their pets with them, and people will assist them in the care of those pets. What is their mail looking like? Now, lots of seniors end up getting a lot of junk mail, a lot of sweepstakes, and that could cause a big problem. Or it could go the opposite way, where their mail is coming and they're just not opening it. It's just sitting in a pile there. You have to make sure that their bills are being paid for. You don't want any kind of disconnection of services happening to your senior. Something to take a look at. How is that mobility? Again, this is part of those activities of daily living. It really depends on that senior being able to physically do these activities. It's just something that you have to go and view for yourself. And ask your senior. You know, it's always very important to talk to your senior about what their needs are. Sometimes if you don't ask, they're not going to tell you. So you need to go over and make time to really see how things are going at the house. A big issue that always comes up is driving. So let's talk about driving. Of course, no one wants to lose their independence. Having a fender bender does not necessarily mean that their license should be taken away. But when there's a pattern of fender benders or mobility issues, like not being able to park the car, not being able to back up out of the driveway, not having that confidence in traffic situations, or driving in bad weather or at night. Those may be signs that it's time to turn in those keys. Is your senior happy? Who would have thought? We should ask about if our senior's happy or not. You have to remember, a lot of seniors don't even get a phone call during the day. They sit all day long, they sit in front of the TV, they stare out the window. So more than 40% of seniors experience loneliness on a daily basis. And loneliness increases health complications. Unhealthy habits like increased smoking, drinking, food intake, along with a reduced physical activity, can really cause some problems for your senior. Talking with your senior about assisted living, of course, is never easy. Let your senior be part of that process, acknowledging that more care is needed, along with knowing your limits, because you're important too. Your caregivers spend a lot of time caregiving for their family and sometimes neglect themselves. So it's very important to think of yourself, remember yourself, and involve their doctor. A lot of times seniors will listen to that doctor. If that doctor says it's time for an assisted living, they will more likely than not agree with their doctor. Of course, talk with your financial advisor. It is very expensive to go into an assisted living or any kind of care for that matter. So that's something you should look into. Of course, always look into your home health care and physical therapy to keep your senior home as long as possible, because that's always what we always really want. Consider respite care for short breaks or vacation time for yourself. Again, it is very important that you take care of yourself. You cannot take care of others without taking care of yourself first. Thank you for inviting me into your world. Hope the information was helpful. Let me know if you'd like to learn about a specific topic or subject. Shoot me an email. My email is info@lanternrays.com. Happy and healthy aging, and I will see you soon. Thank you.